Today we have info on a Bradley County food service worker assaulting a student, Veterans Day, and so much more.
We have today's weather forecast with Lily Fowler and a sports update with Sarah Hughes.
Today is Friday, November 11th, 2022.
We are live from Studio H12 from the Shroyer Broadcasting Center at Bradley Central High School, and you're watching VOX News Today.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Amber Filiaw.
And I'm Ian Reardon, and these are your top stories for today.
China has announced a series of changes to its COVID protocols amid growing public resentment towards its zero-COVID policy. The NHC is removing the circuit breaker mechanism for international flights, a major restriction. The circuit breaker mechanism was controversial as China-bound flights were suspended if an airline was found to carry a certain number of passengers testing positive for COVID upon landing. Testing requirements and mandatory quarantine for inbound passengers has also been reduced.
Rescue operations are ongoing following a deadly rocket strike in Ukraine overnight. Officials say Russian rockets hit a 5-story residential building in the city of Mykolaiv, killing at least 6 people. Meanwhile, Ukrainian troops are receiving a hero's welcome as they close in on the city of Kherson. They've reportedly liberated dozens of settlements since Russia announced its pullout from the city on Wednesday.
In Florida, a gun was found inside a raw chicken at an airport security checkpoint. Transportation Security Administration officials posted these photos on its Instagram page this week, saying the gun was discovered hidden inside the raw chicken at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. The passenger was reportedly headed to Port-au-Prince, Haiti. A record number of guns have been discovered at Florida airport checkpoints this year, more than 700 so far. The fine for getting caught with a gun at an airport checkpoint can be costly, even if the passenger is not arrested. TSA says civil penalties can reach nearly $14,000. The agency says firearms must be packed in checked luggage. TSA outlined specific rules related to guns and ammunition on its website.
After the recent $2 billion Powerball jackpot, a tax attorney talks about the legal side of winning a lottery drawing. While winning the lottery has excessive rules, they must be worth the trouble as the outcome is wealth.
And now let's check on our weather. Lily, what can you tell us?
It's raining out today, so grab your umbrella and stay tuned for the forecast right after this break.
sounds awful. Seriously, awful.
But a lot better than last week.
We weren't born to follow.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford, and together,
We are Cleveland Ford.
Welcome back. I'm Lily Fowler with your weather, and here's your weather at a glance for today. It is currently 61 degrees out with a high of 67 and a low of 48 with precipitation of 2%. Wind will be at 7 miles per hour with humidity of 100% and a dew point at 61 degrees. Pressure will be at 29 inches with a visibility of 2.6 miles and a UV index of 0. 2 people were electrocuted by a downed power line near a home in suburban Orlando Thursday. Orange County deputies say a man left his vehicle and touched the down line. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The other victim, a woman, was taken to the hospital where she later died. Authorities are urging anyone who sees down power lines or other hazards not to touch them. Instead, they should just call 911. And now let's take a look at our national radar. There will be rain in the west border and in the south and north. Here is your local radar. There will be rain everywhere. And now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. On Friday, it'll be rainy with a high of 67 and a low of 48. On Saturday, there will be light morning rain with a high of 51 and a low of 28. On Sunday, it'll be sunny with a high of 47 and a low of 26. On Monday, it'll be partly cloudy with a high of 54 and a low of 33. On Tuesday, it'll be rainy with a high of 51 and a low of 38. On Wednesday, it'll be cloudy with a high of 48 and a low of 28. And on Thursday, it'll be partly cloudy with a high of 48 and a low of 28. That is all I have for your weather. Here is Sawyer with your sports report.
Today we have an update on the Big 12 and more after this break.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford, and together,
We are Cleveland Ford.
At Whirlpool, we don't know how leaving the house less can make you need to eat more, or why the inside of the fridge is just so interesting. But we do know how to make appliances you can trust, day after day, after day, after day.
I was told the place I was looking for didn't exist.
A place that could refine my raw talents into something greater.
Where I could ask big questions about my faith, not settling for easy answers.
And I could risk what's comfortable in pursuit of my dream.
To join with others, find my voice, and change the world.
I was told that place didn't exist.
Then I found Lee.
At McDonald's, we're making changes every day to serve you better. It's what we're made of. And serving you better means fresh beef quarter-pounder burgers. Your burger, his burger, her burger. all cooked fresh right when you order. Made from pure North American beef and just a pinch of salt and pepper. Because we think there's nothing better than a fresh beef quarter pounder burger made for you right when you order. And that's just one way we're showing you what we're made of.
Well, you're wrong.
I'm wrong. You're the one who misrepresented the facts.
Misrepresent the facts? Are you kidding?
Your proposal's ludicrous.
My proposal will go exactly the way I say it will.
My dead body.
I think somebody needs a timeout.
Oh, that's the power of one.
Civility. Pass it on.
One grain of sand can turn the tide.
Welcome back. I'm Sorry Hughes with your sports. DeAndre Coburn forced a fumble and Jalen Ford recovered to preserve a 34-27 win for number 24 Texas against number 13 Kansas State on Saturday at Bill Snyder Family Stadium. Bijan Robinson ran for 209 yards on 30 carries and Xavier Worthy scored 2 touchdowns for the Longhorns. Texas improved to 6-3 on the season and 4-2 in the Big 12. Robinson ran 36 yards for his 12th rushing touchdown of the season to put Texas up 7-0 on the first drive of the game. Max Duggan and the TCU Horned Frogs are learning to play with a perfect record that makes them playoff contenders. Darius Davis returned the first punt 82 yards for a touchdown. Kendre Miller ran for the go-ahead score early in the fourth quarter, and number 7 TCU pulled away in a 34-24 victory over Texas Tech. The Red Raiders went ahead 17-13 in the third quarter on Tyler Williams, a fifth-year junior, had rushed for 456 yards his entire injury-plagued career before exploding against the Sooners. His top performance this season had been 68 yards, a 5'9", 168-pound speedster, had 25 carries on Saturday after previous 2 big yards and 5 touchdowns to claim their third straight win. Devin Neal ran for 220 yards and a touchdown and had 110 receiving yards, leading Kansas past number 18 Oklahoma State 37-16 on a Saturday. The Big 12 contending Jayhawks are bowl eligible for the first time since 2008 when they beat Virginia Tech in the Orange Bowl. Kansas' ground game led the way with 351 yards as a team with Neal career highs and both rushing and receiving yards against the Big 12 contending Cowboys. Jason Bean was efficient in the air too. He went 18 for 20 passing for 203 yards with 2 touchdowns while rushing for a 72-yard touchdown. That's all I have for sports. Stay tuned for more news right after the break.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford. I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
we are Cleveland Ford. But above all this, I wish you love.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
we are Cleveland Ford.
Hey guys, this is Austin with Let's Bounce Rental. We're here to provide a quality inflatable for a great price. We have over 17 that's available, and we are easy to book and hassle-free, so you will never go wrong with getting a party done by Let's Bounce Rental. We are always here to drive a great service.
Our crew is dedicated to make sure your equipment arrives on time, set up properly, and without any hassle. Our job is to make sure you have access to the best inflatables so you can have the most fun possible at any event. Whether it's a school event, church gathering, or birthday party, we have the equipment for you. The best part is that we are a locally owned company. We pride ourselves on making sure our customers are taken care of. So the next event you have, plan for success with Let's Bounce Rental. Call us today at 423-435-4311 or reach us by email or website. Thank you.
Come back.
Welcome back to Vox News. If you were outside Tuesday night around 9 p.m., you wouldn't have been able to miss it. A very bright meteor falling across the sky and ending in a bright flash. Beth Johnson sent a video of the phenomenon to News 2. A meteor is considered a fireball if it has the brightness of the planet Venus, which is the brightest object in the night sky other than the moon. The American Meteor Society asked for people to report fireballs to them so they can be documented. They received 121 reports on this fireball from across 15 states, from Michigan to Wisconsin to Mississippi and Alabama.
Reading letters from war written by Nashvilleian John Troxler to the family of his wife, Irma Troxler, quote, "We were sweethearts in high school sophomore year," end quote, Irma says with a smile. She has fond memories of growing up in what was once a small town. Their lives, like so many other Americans, were forever changed on December 7, 1941. Quote, "I remember that I was in Nashville on a Sunday afternoon when President Roosevelt announced on TV that Pearl Harbor had been bombed," end quote, Irma explains. Quote, "It was scary, but then America responded," end quote.
Severe weather is heading towards the Sunshine State. The National Hurricane Center says tropical storm conditions are expanding across parts of the east coast of Florida Wednesday morning. Officials there say Tropical Storm Nicole's wind gusts are around 70 miles per hour. That's below hurricane status, but Nicole is expected to reach it within the next 24 hours. The NHC has issued new tropical storm warnings for parts of Florida and the Georgia and South Carolina coast. The hurricane watch that included Florida's Point Verde Beach is no longer in effect.
A University of Kentucky student accused of attacking another student and repeatedly using racial slurs made her first court appearance Monday. Campus police says Sophia Rosing was drunk when she entered a residence hall in the early Sunday morning. A video that has since gone viral shows Rosing attacking a student employee and a police officer. Kyla Spring was manning the front desk at the dorm when Rosing allegedly confronted her. Witnesses say Rosing repeatedly called Spring the N-word and used other offensive language. Police arrested Rosing and she is facing several criminal charges, including assault and disorderly conduct. She has pleaded not guilty to the charges.
The estate of a woman who allegedly a Hamilton County Sheriff's deputy forcibly baptized her has filed an appeal contesting the decision of the judge to grant qualified immunity to the deputy who witnessed the incident. Attorney Robert Flores, on behalf of the estate of Shandell Riley, filed the appeal to the 6th U.S. Circuit of Appeals on Wednesday, saying Deputy Jacob Goforth could have prevented the baptism by then Deputy Daniel Wilkie.
A Chattanooga man arrested after being caught via home surveillance video threatening a woman and her son after she allegedly cut him off while driving had his first day in court Thursday. Arthur Grisham, the attorney representing Michael Wayne Harvey, said, quote, "We have some medical records that are relevant to the situation that I'm going to provide to the DA's office," end quote, to Hamilton County General Sessions Court Judge Gary Starnes during the hearing. He also said later, quote, "He's on disability and has chronic depressive disorder," end quote.
We have obtained the mugshot of a school cafeteria worker in Bradley County who faces charges after authorities say she assaulted a student. The Bradley County Sheriff's Office says officers arrested Michelle Tolan on Thursday at Lake Forest Middle School. Tolan's arrest comes after a parent reported to the school's resource officer that their son was assaulted by Tolan. After officers reviewed video footage, quote, "It was determined there was purposeful physical contact from the adult towards the student," end quote, which fits the criteria for simple assault, according to the Bradley County Sheriff's Office release. Tolan was taken to the Bradley County Justice Center.
A Whitewell man is in custody, and a $95,000 diamond from Chattanooga has been recovered after a jeweler's shop in Ackworth, Georgia, noticed something wasn't quite right during a sale. Police arrested 41-year-old Brandon McNeesey after he attempted to sell a stolen 9.46-carat diamond ring to Celestial Jewelers on November 4th. The store owners called the police and the rightful owners of the ring after noticing a different name and a Hickson address listed in a partial image of the certificate of authentication. Officers were able to verify that not only the diamond was stolen, but so was McNeese's motorcycle. McNeese was taken to the Cobb County Adult Detention Center and faces charges of theft by bringing stolen property into the state, receiving stolen property greater than $1,500, possession of cocaine, and possession of methamphetamine.
Suicide is a major cause of premature death in the U.S., rates rising last year. After 2 years of declines, according to provisional data from the Centers for Disease Control Prevention, in today's Health Minute, XXX has the story of why one man who seemed to have it all thought about taking his life and the journey that brought him to where he is now. If you or a loved one are experiencing thoughts of suicide, self-harm, or any mental health crisis, call or text 988. Any thoughts of suicide should be taken seriously.
Today is Veterans Day. It is an opportunity to remember, salute, and show gratitude for those who have served in the armed forces. Veterans Day is celebrated every year on November 11th, the anniversary of the end of World War I more than a century ago. It began as Armistice Day, with President Woodrow Wilson signing the proclamation for it in 1919. In 1954, it became Veterans Day. It is separate from Memorial Day, which honors those who have died serving in the military. Thank you to all of our veterans who have served.
We are on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
You'll also find more online on our website, bchs.tv.
Please remind your friends to like, subscribe, and share on our YouTube channel, BCHS Bear Network.
Tune in each weekday for our newscast. Just can't get enough Fox.
That is all we have for you today from Studio H12, the Shore Broadcasting Center, Bradley Central High School.
From all of us at Vox News, thank you for watching.
We hope you have a splendid day.
And as always,
God bless and go Bears.